At the heart of the US government's case against Julian Assange is the allegation that he put lives at risk when he published the names of informants to US intelligence and diplomatic agencies. But on Wednesday at the Old Bailey, Daniel Ellsberg, the whistleblower at the heart of the famed Pentagon Papers case, rejected those accusations outright. In 1969, Mr Ellsberg secretly photocopied 7,000 pages of top-secret military assessments of the conduct of the US government's controversial war in Vietnam. He then leaked most of these so-called Pentagon Papers to the New York Times and the Washington Post. At the Old Bailey, Mr Ellsberg drew direct comparisons between his whistleblowing and the work of Wikileaks to expose murder, torture and the existence of death squads during the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq. They were exposures, he said, which were vital to democracy. The barrister for the US government, James Lewis QC, put it to Mr Ellsberg that in fact there were people named in the documents in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Iran and China who had disappeared or been forced to flee their homes as a result of WikiLeaks publications. But Mr Ellsberg refused to accept the premise of the question. The prosecution was then forced to concede that their very own indictment goes on to say that the US government has been unable to identify any evidence directly linking WikiLeaks publications with any reprisals against any of those informants. The repeated assertion by the US government's lawyer that it was simply common sense that harm must have come to those people prompted another outburst from Julian Assange. From behind the glass wall of the dock, he shouted, "There's been no one killed. We've been over this before." It was an outburst that prompted another warning from the judge, a second in this case, that should Mr Assange continue to speak from the dock, he may be removed from the court and the hearings proceed in his absence.